couldn't pin comments in the chat. Like, still can't do it. Yeah, I don't know, because like I see you said something and I click on it and I see report, remove, timeout, hide user, remove moderator. And even on that one that somebody had posted earlier, same options. So I don't know what that's all about.
Right.
It kind of sucks though, because sometimes you want to pin something.
Right.
But I don't know. It's a little weird. That let's see. Yeah, I don't really see too many people jumping in there yet.
Yeah.
But I'll probably as the notifications go out, people kind of come and go as they please. It's a big thing that always happens. Also, I was very late to making the video today because I don't know. I was trying to get a thumbnail and all that stuff. Oh, and there's Derek right there. Speak of the
What's going on, Derek?
Hold on just one moment. I will paste it right here in the chat for you. And then you should be able to click that. So hopefully that link works for him. Then we can get him in here. Yeah, I know some people, and that's the thing about StreamYard. It kind of sucks that there's no dedicated phone application, but I get why. It's just sometimes it'd be handy to at least be able to use one or the other. Kind of like how Zoom, you can use a browser or you can install it.
Right.
But let's see, give him a second to jump on in here. But yeah, let's see. Oh, I also need to pull up that little notepad document I had where I was talking about like the structure. So that way, we're going to still be very loose conversations. Just want to make sure we hit a couple points. You know what I mean?
Right.
As soon as Derek gets in here. And okay, he just sent me a message saying he's going to restart his phone. Apparently he's having some kind of, or his computer, right? Because the message popped up on Hangouts. I don't know what. Huh. Yeah, because he just sent me the screenshot of what he's seeing on his end. So, but in the meantime, we'll let him get that going. Because it's like StreamYard is the only thing that isn't working for him. Because he shows a picture of YouTube being just fine. But in the meantime, no. We'll go ahead, let you hit your introduction, and then talk about why we're here.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Well, good afternoon. The name is Jezzy Christ, aka Thriller. You can find me at the same handle on YouTube, here to talk some figures, and also you can find me on Instagram at Jezzy Christ 1. The shoe reviews, clothing hauls, resale predictions on figures as well, how-to cops, and all things that are collectible. So thank you for having me on Shoes Up, Sleeves Down, and well, hopefully Derek could get in here sometime soon.
What up, Heidi? Just had someone pop in through the chat. But yeah, so basically today we do this, try to do this every month. Take a break from the shoes, right, which is our other interest, one of our other common interests, and talk about what we've found we both are into, which is the action figures. So we'll be going over some of the things that we picked up, some of the things we missed out on, some other recent releases just in general. Then we'll hit on a couple other topics like store exclusive figures and our thoughts on that, because that AEW release, it didn't sit well with everybody.
Right.
And also reseller opportunities, as well as other reseller related things.
Right.
And then we'll also cover our little figure spotlight for the month, which this time around will be SH Figure Arts. So, and again, thank you to the people that are jumping in, watching, and all that good stuff. Do appreciate it.
Good morning, good afternoon to everybody.
Yep. So now, like I said, we'll go with we'll start with some of the pickups first. So I know you've picked up a handful of things, and I'm not going to ask you to show everything because I
Yeah.
know it's a fair amount.
Well, this was gonna be like a mint thing, but I picked up this was actually the Zords for the Power Rangers, but my daughter was just so, you know, ecstatic to see them, so I just wound up letting her have them. So I'm gonna try to find another set. So it did come with like all the Zords, all the Zords. So that's one of the pickups.
Okay, hey, I
So,
totally
but
get it.
that's gonna be for her. But I did find and coincidentally it exclusive. I did find the Power Ranger White Dino Thunder Drago Ranger. This was a Walgreens exclusive, and this is the famous one where the paint is missing on the face. So that is a Hasbro right there. And I did pick up also the Maverick figure from the Strong Guy Wave.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I see the arm in there.
Yeah. So this pretty much I think we're just missing Silver Fox for the Weapon X team, and Pirate Deadpool was another one I found as well.
And Heidi's asking real quick, where did you find those? I don't know if you mean the Zords or the figures, but I mean you can just cover both real quick.
The Zords were actually a Target exclusive. The Walgreens exclusive was the Power Ranger White Ranger. But these came from Target. You can also find them at Walmart as well. Or some stores are not letting them go until October. So if you go to Target or Walmart, you might be able to find these on shelf. But I'll post later on the DCPI so it can help you find the figures a little bit easier as well. And I did a review on these already, and you've already seen it already in the white. Yeah, the Omega Ranger and the Psycho Rangers as well. So that's just a few of them. Like it's a lot. It's like a real lot. And Obi-Wan Kenobi Black Series from what this was Clone Wars. But yeah, that's just the highlighted ones right there for the most part.
And they're asking, because I already answered that we did get them from retail because we got them from the store, and those are all personal for yourself.
Yes, those are personal.
Yeah, so it's not holding for resale or anything.
Yes.
I mean, I guess if push came to shove and somebody wanted it bad enough, maybe.
Yeah.
But the purpose of buying them, and at least right now, is to have them for the collection.
Yeah, these were strictly personal for the most part.
And what up, Coffee?
What's good, Kofi?
So for me, I've picked up a lot of wrestling figures, like more than I can think of, because I know they're all around. I got Ricochet somewhere. I got Rick Rude somewhere, but I don't have everything over here right now. But I will bring out some of the stuff, which is a lot of it is Funko related. I'm not a big Funko guy. I keep saying that, but either way. So let me switch the camera over. Wait. Let me switch the camera over here. Okay. So this was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Okay.
Normally I go there every year and I pick these up myself. Well, not necessarily the Funkos, but I'll go there all the time, but I'll pick up something. This time around, I was able to get the Funkos because normally they have you go through this raffle just to get in line and all that stuff. But this, I got the Toucan and the spacesuit for myself, and I got my mom the Toucan with like the cape for her. And then also and those were straight from the SDCC Funko shop. And then these came from Entertainment Earth. So over here you got Bill and you got Mr. Bean. So obviously the Contra guys, right? So what's cool about these, or like lucky, I guess you could say, was I got an email about this one saying, "Hey, these are in stock. You might want them." So I'm like, cool. So I go to check on them, and then they have the link to this one as well, and there's only one left in stock. So I was able to buy that one, and then that was the last one. I think they have more now, but I want to say like $10 a piece again from Entertainment Earth. So I got those for the collection because when I was younger, I was a big Contra fan. I was never good at it, but I like playing. And then the last Funko related piece would be this right here. So I wasn't looking for this, and I think this might be a Walmart exclusive, or at least it's just commonly found in Walmarts.
Right.
But I didn't really want it necessarily. I wasn't looking for it. It's just that I was on a figure hunt, and the first rule of figure hunting is not to go home empty-handed if you can help it. So I saw this, and I was like, all right, I'm walking out with something for this day. And they got a pretty decent lineup of other guys. I kind of want that tongue lasher also. That the guy right there in the middle. But I don't know. I don't want to buy too much stuff because I already have so much in the closet. And then on a recent Target run, I was able to find Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, and this because I turned the aisle, and of course the first thing I saw was like the side panel, and I'm like, if that's in at least not terrible shape, I'm buying this right now. And sure enough, it was good. They also had Greg the Hammer Valentine, but I wasn't really looking for that. Same with Miss Elizabeth. Wasn't really looking for her either.
Right.
But
that was kind of odd, Miss Elizabeth with no Randy Savage.
Yeah, right. So I saw that, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to definitely get this because the Fiend is hard to find. And also, it worked out pretty well because I went to that Target after picking up some groceries from like Walmart or something. And I only went there just because it was nearby.
Right.
And didn't expect to buy anything, but sure enough, it all worked out. And now also, Derek has joined us. He is in the panel once again. Thank you for showing up. I know you had some issues.
No problem. I came in with the explosion persona that we had discussed earlier on, Mr. Ice Pick.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Derek and I we have our own personas based off of Contra. It's gonna be better though.
Yeah. All right, so where are we at? So we talking about pickups right now?
Yes, right now, pickups, yeah.
All right. I don't have everything yet with me. I've kind of put some stuff in some totes for right now because I'm trying to rearrange a few things. But for me, real quick, the pickups that I got was back when we first did that last conversation. We had talked about the what was it, the Kiss Funko Pops or Kiss Turtles, something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that made me start thinking about the Kiss action figures from the McFarlane line from like 1997. So I ended up picking those up. And again, I got those mainly because that was something that my mom had at one point in time, and she got rid of them. And I was like, you know what, that'd be a nice little thing, because she was a huge Kiss fan. I'd be like, that'd be a nice thing to keep around, kind of in her memory type thing.
Right.
And then what else did I end up coming across? The AEW figures. That was a headache. I'd been searching for I went pretty hard the first 2 or 3 days because I had those days off, and then I hit a point where okay, I'm not traveling as much or whatever to find these. So eventually I walked in one last day, and I told myself, I'm like, if I don't find them in here, I'm done with it. I'm done with that hunt. Went to the wrestling section, saw the little pegs, and I'm like, all right, cool. They're not here. I didn't see a display or anything, but then I just happened to leave a different way that I entered. And as I was going down another aisle, that had nothing to do with wrestling or anything. I think they had those little children's like toys and whatnot, like the 3 to 5 year olds. I went down through that aisle and I just happened to see the side of that display box that they had out. Went over there and they had all of them with the exception of brandy in there. Like they had one of each of them, and then another one of somebody else. I forget who. But I picked all of them up, and well, couldn't find the brandy, and it's pretty expensive right now to buy. So I'll just wait on that one.
Yeah.
And then trying to think if there's anything else, anything significant that stands out. I think I picked up the Green Ranger. That's the last of the Power Rangers that I was looking for from that Megazord line.
Yeah.
And I think this was like the re-release one or something. I'm not sure. But it's the one that has like the Dragon Dagger and all that. But outside of that, I can't really think of anything. And the Castlevania figures that they just released from Diamond. I picked up the 3 new ones. Those 3 vampires, Dracula, and 2 of the others. But outside of that, that's about all that I picked up that I can think of.
So, I mean, that sounds like some pretty well-rounded pickups.
Especially the AEW figures.
Yeah, that was a nightmare. Like that's the day Derek learned to pre-order next time.
Yeah, because that was, as a lot of people are noticing, that did not go well at all. But we'll come back to that one.
Yeah,
like those store exclusives, because that was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
On that same topic of pickups though, Jezzy was asking earlier before you got on. Did you find that Pirate Deadpool at all?
I did end up finding the Pirate Deadpool. I actually forgot about that one. I walked into Target, and it was actually the same day I was looking for your Razor Ramon. So I went out not even really looking for Deadpool. I was looking for that Razor Ramon pickup for shoes, and I saw the Pirate Deadpool. I was like, well, all right, cool, I'll get it. It was the only one that they had too.
Yeah.
So I ended up picking that up,
okay.
and along with that, when I was looking for the Razor Ramon stuff, I just happened to walk around the corner, and there's some other dude standing there, and he's like, you know how you do those casual, like, hey, what's up? And you're like, not much, interactions with people.
Yeah.
Well, he did one of those, and he was standing right in front of the wrestling figures, and he kind of like turned to his left, and he kind of stood there for a second after that interaction. I was like, you look for that Razor Ramon as well? And he turns around and was like, yeah, man, that's exactly why I'm here. So me and this dude, we teamed up and tracked down like manager and all that, and ended up getting the Razor Ramon, and he got the who else was in that? Bobby Heenan was in that as well.
Yeah, Bobby Heenan was, and so was Rick Rude.
Yeah.
Was it Rick Rude?
Was it?
I had the picture. Rick Rude, Bobby Heenan, Razor Ramon.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think it was.
Because I'm kind of getting some of those mixed up. Yeah, because Rick Rude was not. He was a Walmart guy. I think he was. I think he was with. He was with this one.
Okay.
He was with the Clean Group, but they came out around the same time.
Yeah, but we ended up teaming up and tracking that dude down, and evidently, we ended up talking afterwards, and he just gotten into wrestling collecting probably like, I think he said at the time it was like 7 months ago. So he was pretty new to it, and then he's got his own little figure thing on Facebook, and he's like, yeah, cool, well, we can meet up on here and chit chat. It's kind of a local thing where we can run around helping out each other. I was like, all right, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. So I would say that's probably like my first like figure hunting like encounter of like actually meeting somebody, and I don't know.
That is pretty cool though. I mean, because it helps being in those groups, and I know Jezzy can attest to it because he's in some as well. But I'm only in like the Chick Foley one, but it's already cost me like $40, $50 this week off of figures. So
yeah.
because people post stuff in there and like, anybody want this hurricane? Yeah, of course.
Of course, I want the hurricane.
So hopefully next week I'll have a hurricane coming in. And
yeah, hopefully next week you'll also have the Masters of the Universe, the He-Man New Day
for that.
I'll be sending that out tomorrow. But it's funny too, because when you originally sent me that text and you're like, yeah, they're gonna have like an Undertaker and New Day figures. I'm like, all right, cool. So when I originally seen it, I seen like Big E was on there, and I'm like, well, he's only gonna get Big E. I don't see Taker or Kofi or anybody else. And then once I got home and I was looking at it, I was like, well, what's the gimmick of this thing? And then I realized the head spun. You got all three of the figures. It's like
the 3 in 1.
Yeah. So I was like, sorry, he's only getting one, but turns out it's all three of them. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it is a cool way to do that figure too.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
So Derek, that picture I sent you of Undertaker and Oscar.
Oh man, I forgot. Totally forgot about that. I'll have to get that pulled up a little later or something. But that picture was.
Eric, you still looking for that Pirate Deadpool?
Oh no, I actually got. I'll tell you what. I got the Pirate Deadpool, but the package is not in the best of condition.
Okay.
So if you got one that's in a decent condition, I will totally, take that off your hands.
Yeah, I gotta go out later on, so I'll look and see, because that's why I found one.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me go see if this is at another Target, because they just started putting more stuff out down here.
Yeah. I'll say if you can find one that's in a decent condition, sure. But if it's not in a good condition, then I'll go ahead and pass on that, because I was sitting there thinking about the one that I got. Like, the box is not perfect, so I'm like, that might be one. As much as I hate to do this might be one of the ones I break the seal on.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to do that once in a while. But so now we've all picked up a few things. Oh, I didn't buy it yet. Well, I didn't get it yet because it's a pre-order. But the Super Shredder from NECA, I did get that. And right now, until Friday the 4th, they do have the Bebop and Rocksteady animated style, kind of like this one right here.
Oh,
yeah.
From this line, basically.
Yeah.
It's right here. These guys.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So those are on pre-order right now. I don't know when they ship, but if you want them, now's your best time to get them.
Gotcha.
But yeah, past that, I can't think of too much else that popped up that I missed out on, because again, it's like you're kind of at the mercy of when your stores get things. So I do kind of want the Viscera figure. I think that was like he was part of this line as well, right there.
I've seen the Viscera at one of my Targets, so I need them.
Yeah, I've seen everybody else except him, and it's crazy because like I've seen a million Ronda Rouseys, but is there anything that popped up that you guys haven't seen in stores yet, or for some reason just missed out on if it's sold out?
Some people said they found that movie Deadpool Cable, so I'm looking for that one. It sold out on pre-order for Walmart, so they said it's popping up in Walmart, so hopefully sometime soon I'll be able to see them.
Okay.
And Amazon's about to kick my behind this week, because all the pre-orders that was supposed to come out for next month, they're pushing it up to the 1st of this month, the 1st of September. Yeah, so I got a Psylocke, Nimrod, and Agent Zero coming in, and 2 movie figure Wolverines and a Rogue and a Pyro pack that's supposed to be coming out as well. So that should be coming Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
I think I've seen that Rogue and Pyro pack. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think people were looking for that classic Rogue, that Jim Lee Rogue though.
Yeah,
the green suit. Yeah, so
yeah, I'm just trying to look up pictures now because. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty nice looking. I do kind of like how they went with the green. Something you don't see very often.
The pre-joining before she joined X-Men costume.
So yeah, because I know I've seen it, but I couldn't place it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But okay, that's cool. That's cool then. But yeah, because I can't think of too much all that has popped up. But now moving along though to the store exclusives. So, and our thoughts on that. Because again, this is part of like, just relevant topics or whatever. With the AEW release, as Derek was saying, right? They listed a street date of, it was like the first Monday of this month or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's August 3rd.
Yeah, and then of course that makes it seem like they got everything worked out to where these are going to be there, ready to be bought that day.
Right.
And that was not at all how it happened. It's like I'm still seeing around just like the Chick-fil-A posts and stuff, people still looking for them that are like looking seriously and have going in like every day or every other day and have seen nothing. So that kind of just sucks to me, because it's like if they had done it like a lot of other figures, because I mean even this was a Target exclusive. But if they had done it like a lot of the stuff, like your normal Marvel Legends or whatever, where you can just buy it from anywhere,
right,
and then mass produce it, I mean that'd be the way to go. I mean, what do you guys think?
Well, from what I understand, it was kind of like a marketing strategy at first, where they release, because if they release too many and then don't sell, then it's harder for the stores to want to invest into that and try to resell it again. So that's one thing I heard about that,
Right.
and that's why that happened. Now, if we take that whole situation out of it, I think if you are just starting a line, I mean, why make it exclusive to, of all places, Walmart?
Yeah.
But I think it should have been, released probably like in several different locations, whether it be, Walmart, GameStop, Target, whatever it might be.
Yeah, and they've got some pull. It's not like it's when ECW started and they just kind of didn't really have any money or whatever. They've got the financial backing that they probably could have worked out something, and even if it meant like the price being a little higher, just done it themselves, or maybe again with Ringside Collectibles, something, but it would have just been, or just handled it better.
Yeah.
I think what also hurt them that Walmart didn't do pre-orders on them. I don't think, did they?
I never saw one.
Yeah, so I think that kind of hurt it as well, because I mean, if you're gonna do that, at least have a link for them to be. You could kind of gauge it through pre-orders, have a certain amount allocated to that online. Then once you process those, then you could kind of trickle the in-store ones. So if you walk in the store and just so happen to see it, and you like, hey, AEW figures are right here, you could just grab them and go.
Yeah.
And like you said, you still haven't found the Brandy figure.
Yeah, and evidently there's not a lot of. I'm convinced that Brandy is the only person that has a Brandy figure, because I've seen photos of her like with two of them, and I'm just like, okay, well, where's mine?
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. But like the other part of it is like, and I get that you don't want to make too much of a new thing, but sometimes you can kind of take that gamble, because if it's the right new thing, it's going to sell out because it's the new thing.
Right.
You know?
And I think this would have been a perfect example of it, because if you look at the display that they had for the AEW, it wasn't just AEW. Like the top part of it was AEW. Then they had the title belts, and on the bottom they had the UFC figures.
Right.
Well, I just went into Walmart the other day, and I forget what was in there, but that's when I ended up getting Shoes Up's figure in there. But there's still plenty of UFC things. I'm like, okay, that was obviously not the right new thing, but the AEW was the right new thing.
Yeah, because the UFC is like, I mean, if they had done figures like, what is it, 15 years ago, maybe 10, I think those would have done pretty well because I mean maybe it's just me, but it seems like there was more of an interest in UFC
Right.
around then because if they had made like the GSP figures and what was it what was that the spider? I can't think of his name. Anderson Silva. Like those
Iceman.
Yeah, those figures would have sold. No, if they made those figures right now, they would have outsold. I'm guessing here they would have outsold the current 6 that they did make.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if they ended up releasing like let's say 6 figures and it was Rampage, Silva, Chuck Liddell, Ken Shamrock, Tito Ortiz, and hell, throw Brock Lesnar in there.
Oh yeah,
like that would I could see that selling easily.
Oh yeah, like that. See that pack right there, like I'd want that 6-pack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And honestly, like when I look at the AEW release, it's like, given how hard it is to find these figures, it's like I'm starting to look at it and thinking like, I don't even want these as much as Wave 2 and 3 now. You know what I mean? Because like they got Goldust, Darby Allin coming in, the Lucha Brothers, Hangman Page, and I'm thinking like these other waves are kind of putting this first one down. Like, don't get me wrong, I've got no problems with Kenny Omega, Cody, the Young Bucks, Moxley and Brandy. I think it's Moxley and Brandy. But
let's not pretend they're not going to release like multiple versions of them, like probably within a year.
Well, on their scaled ring that they're releasing, that's coming with another Kenny Omega figure. So, and it's like a different skin and all. So,
right.
Technically, Jericho got 2 figures out already. So,
oh, that's right.
Yeah. Same with Cody.
Right. So, I mean, they're gonna release them multiple times. It's just a matter: do you want the first actual wave of that line? So I think that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
But hopefully they get something together because now I pre-ordered Wave 2 through Ringside Collectibles because I was like, you know what? I did the math. If you buy all 6 as a set, it's almost like getting the 6th figure for free.
Right.
If you bought them individually. So I'm like, all right, well, yeah, let's just do that. And then it'll likely ship because from what I've seen of them, all their stuff tends to ship a little early. So I've seen people are receiving the packages like a week or 2 before the street date.
Yeah. Right.
So it's like, okay, well, if you really want something, like you can save yourself the money and get it early for the same price without having to do any of the work of driving around store to store.
Right.
So it makes sense, but at the same time, as you can both probably agree, the hunt part of it can be fun in itself.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's just they kind of take some of the fun out of it by kind of setting things up against you.
Right.
Well, like one of the fun things I thought about the hunt, it doesn't just have to be something new either. Because there's one day I went out a couple of weeks ago, just hunting to see what was out there. So I hit up an antique shop, and I came across like the old WWF. It was a Billy Gunn camouflage brawler series or something like that. And I seeing that, I was like, you know what? That's interesting. I remember having that as a child and picked it up for like $6. I'm like, all right, yeah, I can roll with that. And although I'm not looking for anything specific, it's more like kind of like looking for that treasure in general type thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an antique, well, like an antique toy store, antique/toy store. Make sure I say that right. Like down over in Virginia Beach, a friend of mine works there, and I haven't been to it, but I heard them talking about it on the podcast the other day. I was like, man, I need to go over there and see what's up with this place. Because apparently they have, it may not be like the latest and greatest, but they'll have older things that you would like to have for where you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense that this is that cheap or whatever. So it can be a dangerous place to go, but I'm definitely gonna have to check it out at some point.
Yeah, it's definitely hit and miss on those places. It's like it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. Because I found a place that's similar to that as well. They got like a bunch of Spawn, a ton of wrestling figures, but they also ended up having these old Resident Evil 2 figures that they released back in the day. Now, granted, these figures aren't anything amazing, and they're very, very cheap. But as a person that really enjoys Resident Evil, I've been looking for them for a while, and they've just been expensive online. And I was going to pick up like Ultimate Warrior figure, and I think like a SmackDown 2-pack from back in the day. And then I saw the Resident Evil figure for Ada Wong, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. So I looked at that, and I was like looking in behind. I saw that there's another one behind that, but I couldn't make out what it was. And I asked the guy to get it out, and he's like, I'll tell you what, you take both of them off my hands, I'll sell them to you both for like $60. I was like, deal, sold.
You got any place like that over there, Jezzy? I mean, I'm sure you do.
We have. It's mostly just comic book shops. I mean, you'll be lucky if you catch some at one of the flea markets that we have down here. There was an antique shop, but I think it's been closed for probably maybe almost 18 months now. But a lot of these, like comic book stores, is pretty much your gamble that you're gonna have to do with that. And like I said, the Facebook groups and everything just so happen to have somebody just saying they want to get rid of figures, some early 2000s, some late 90s figures or something like that. But I think it's just a matter of people just replacing like I said, they're constantly releasing stuff, so they're upgrading the quality on some of these figures now.
Right, and that's
like the Toy Biz version.
And even when like the same company redoes figures, like I have the WWE Basics version of the Street Profits and Bianca Belair.
Right.
They're in maybe not the upcoming wave, but I think the wave after that of Elites.
Yeah.
They're all three are going to be in that set, right? So it's like, well, definitely going to trade up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm sure that some people will kind of get rid of the older ones because there's not much of a reason to have them unless you're one of the completionist types where you're like, okay, I'm going to get all the Seth Rollins figures, all 800 a month that come out. You know what I mean? Because like this one, he's got the taped up ribs like DDP, and this one, he's got the Iowa shirt, and this one, he's got the, I don't know, he comes with Becky Lynch or whatever, And then later on, when, the time comes, maybe you try to get rid of those and you sell them off or whatever. If you can make your money back, fantastic. Sometimes you might be able to make a little more depending on how rare that figure might have been.
Right.
But overall, though, speaking, moving into our next piece of everything being the reselling aspect of it, there's definitely some room to make some money off of some things, right?
Right.
Now, the Fiend figures and stuff, like, I don't know what they're like now, but at least like a month ago, you could make a decent amount, And even off of certain things, it's like, I know you follow things a little closer. So when you know that, say with Brandy or something,
right,
for every 6 figures in the box, there's only the one Brandy.
Yeah.
It's like, then you know that you can kind of make some money out of that. But have you seen anything lately that's been going for a fair amount?
Yeah, the AEW figures. I looked up on eBay for like 5 or 6 of them. They were selling for $300.
That is insane to me.
Yeah.
Like, and then then whatever they charge for shipping on top of
it.
Right.
But, man, I get why people do that, but it sucks. Like when you see somebody buying a whole bunch of stuff, you tend to assume that they're going to sell it on eBay or whatever.
Yeah.
Now there are some people that I've seen, and like you probably see it in the Facebook things where they'll post a picture and it's like, hey, I'm in the store right now, and just hope that people see it in the moment, or at least within the next 5-10 minutes.
Right.
But all too often, it's people that are just trying to make money at the expense of the people who truly want those things.
Right. Yeah, I know when I walked out, I probably looked like a greedy, SOB myself. But I mean, I was walking out with them because I'm like, these are going home. These are staying there.
Right.
But no, I get you, because there are some people that are out there that, you know, I think they kind of ruined it for, you know, us, the general people that like to collect, to where, you know, it shouldn't be as hard as it is to go out there to get some of these things, because you'll have people going out there and buying like every single Chris Jericho figure just to flip it. Right. And nobody in the area can get a Chris Jericho now because of one dude.
Well, I mean, me personally, I'm not. There are two types of resellers when it comes to it. You have the quick flip ones, and then you have the people that are just in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
I kind of stray that long haul road, because like I typically do buy doubles or triples, but it's never like, oh, I'm gonna post this on the Facebook group or on Instagram. Hey, who wants it now? Because that's essentially being a quick flipper.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have the means to hold on to it, leave it there.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I'm like, if I don't have the means for it and I'm trying to quick flip it, no, just leave it there, because undoubtedly it's gonna hurt your pocket to even hold on to this figure.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, if I see it a month, 2 months down the road or something like that, then yeah, I might pick up another one, and again another one. If I continuously see it, then yes, I'm gonna hold on to it. Keep picking them up. Like me and Tristan was talking about this briefly yesterday about the Black Panther figures now.
Yeah.
Those have since went up. But
tremendously.
Yeah, but it wasn't like those figures were like, hey, I got a Black Panther figure, you want to buy it? I'm seeing it. You're seeing it now because of what happened with Chad.
Yeah.
But the unfortunate part of it is, and unfortunately, this is the effects that happens when somebody passes.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that, but I also understand the aspect of these figures have been out for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
The release of Black Panther. It's not like they weren't already readily available and they didn't go on clearance. So if you didn't get it, you kind of already set yourself up to be at the realm of a reseller.
Yeah.
Personally, my doubles and triples that I do have, I didn't have no intent on selling them anyway. But like I said, I can't get overly mad at people who are reselling it at the end of the day, because like, who fault is it that you don't have this figure?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not saying, you know, it's like, you know, people shouldn't be out here flipping and selling. Right. I'm just saying it just makes it more difficult for me.
It makes you look grimy, considering like how, like, I looked at the figure Friday. I seen it Friday.
Yeah.
Once they announced he died, I said this is about to be a shit show in like the next hour or two regarding these figures, because I know that Black Panther mask is gonna go up.
Yeah.
Figure's gonna go up. God forbid Hot Topic sell out of Black Panther t-shirts. Who knows? But
yeah, and I didn't even think nothing about that whenever I heard he had passed away. I was just thinking like, man, that sucks, because, you know, I thought he was like, I remember like when I first seen him, it was like in the movie 42. And I didn't think nothing about action figures, because at the time, everybody that I seen online, they were all complaining about recasting and everything. I'm like, man, y'all just, you know, completely forgot about, you know, the dude was just here like 5 minutes ago. Right. Now it's an argument about recasting. I'm like, all right, whatever. But
kind of missing the main point here, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, just pass, and we're talking about recasting. How's the story going to get done? And they're like, what?
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of like, you know, you say that about the action figures of them going up. You know, that was given that was going to happen, and there's definitely going to be people out there trying to, you know, fight and claw the way to get those figures. Right. But I'm with you on that. Like, they've been out for a while. If you missed, you know, if you didn't get it by now, you missed your chance.
Yeah, you probably didn't want it anyway.
Because they were pretty much mass-produced, general release figures, all of them. I mean, I'm sure like anything, there's probably like a chase where it's like, oh, this one is known to come with the wrong helmet, or This one has a miscolored belt. There's always something like that.
Yeah.
But so if you have those and you're trying to, you're probably already selling them. Maybe you had it already up on eBay and the auction was going to end today. You know what I mean? Then, okay, cool. You're just going to get that much bigger of a payoff, which is cool and everything. It's just that the part of it that sucks, obviously, is where people are looking for those paydays because he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're going out of your way and you're like, oh, well, those 6 that I have in the storage unit, time to pull those out. It's like,
yeah,
that's just kind of messed up.
I mean, I'm not like it didn't surprise me because the same thing happened when
Kobe,
when Carrie Fisher died.
No,
those Princess Leia action figures skyrocketed at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Those were going for like 300.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it happens. And if Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, God forbid, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., any of them die, like it's gonna have the same effect. We've already seen it with Kobe Bryant and how his apparel and shoes and everything have just like skyrocketed in value. So I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing out of the ordinary. You might not like the method, but you were in the chat last night, shoes with Solution talking about like this is the epitome of capitalism.
Yeah, I mean, what I would like to see, just to kind of cut back on some of that, is, and I know it's there's production cycles involved, but
right,
it'd be nice if when stuff like that happened, they would release a whole bunch of something.
Right.
Even, you got to overestimate it so that way everybody can walk away with the 1 or 2 that they want,
right.
Just to kind of say that, hey, because that's what NECA did with these things.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've been going like crazy off their site and straight to eBay.
And I'm not gonna say I'm quite sure Hasbro is sitting on like every version of the Chadwick Boseman Black Panther figures that he has.
Right, they got the molds and stuff. So like they're doing NECA. All right, tell you what, for 1 week we're gonna have a pre-order window, and we're gonna make whatever amount makes sense based off of that, plus of course a little bit more.
Right.
And so if other people would do that, and you just left it open to just be, okay, like buy as many as you want right now, like you're gonna get it if you want it. Like that's kind of the good thing to do. It's just that, like not everybody's trying to do that, but they did get a little bit of praise from people saying, okay, you know what? I might not get the Super Shredder that came out last week, but I'm at least guaranteed to get one for retail in 2 months. So it's like, do you get this $20 figure on eBay for $150, or do you just wait and get it for $40? You include the shipping,
and then spend your money on something else.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And so for me, I put my little pre-order in, and I'm still debating on doing the one for the Bebop and Rocksteady, but it goes so good with these two. So
now, Kevin Nash guy, do you think Super Shredder will go
up? Honestly, I think it will, because the thing is, everybody that wants to buy these things, right? Like, because their pre-orders I don't think it was a full week.
Mm-hmm.
It might have just been like 5 days, but either way, there's all kinds of people with different situations going on. Maybe something happened and you didn't have $40 to just waste on an action figure.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you needed to feed your family. So, and you're thinking, man, if they had done that pre-order like in a week, I could have jumped on it.
Right.
But you gotta just hope that the pre-orders are enough, and then like the extra figures are enough that they just have some later and you're able to get them.
Right.
I mean, after seeing, I don't know how many they made in those first runs. I mean, that's an answer or a question for them. But if they kind of use all these metrics and whatnot, they should be able to do things in a way that the ones that come out when the pre-order ship, I can see them maybe going for higher than retail, but hopefully it's like, if the figure is 20, maybe it's like at most like 40 or something, 40 to 50,
Mm-hmm.
with like a couple dollars in there for shipping.
Mhm.
Well, then again, I take that back, because people are going to want to make at least what they spent, and because
Right.
of their shipping is like $25 for a figure that costs $25.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to want
Remember
it.
the Sentinel pre-order I told you about?
Oh,
Mhm.
that thing.
Yeah, that's going for about $700 right now.
Really?
Yeah, because they closed off the pre-order on the 24th.
Mm.
They closed off the pre-order. So if you didn't put your pre-order in, you're gonna have to fork over the aftermarket.
And how much was that? Like, what did you pay for it?
$383.
Yeah.
So basically, you could have just bought two.
Yeah.
Sold the second one, and then your first one would have been free, basically.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still. I mean, I seen somebody bought 7 of them, so they bought 7 and just they're gonna what, they'll army build some of them and flip the rest of them.
I mean,
but you still have to wait a year out before they even ship it out to you.
Man, that is like almost $5,000. Like, if they're at like, if he's got 7 of them at 700 on the resale, that's like almost $5,000.
Right.
Granted, he's not, making $5,000, but
well, I mean, I'm
after
sure he's
buying or whatever,
he's gonna keep 3.
Yeah, but still, man, like, whoo. Now
mean,
that's one of those ones. Like, if I would have known, if I had just had the hindsight on that, I probably would have pre-bought that and then flipped it. This goes back to Baby Yoda. I got to buy more of those.
And like, again, that's the whole thing about like the reselling aspect of it. It's like, if you want to make some money off of these things, you got to kind of pay attention, and you got to know, okay, well, what are the chases, or what are these big figures that you can pre-order now and sell later? But what it largely comes down to, outside of like those specific chases, you got to be ready to wait.
Right.
Sometimes a while, because I mean, like, take for like examples, certain pairs of shoes or whatever, like the storm blue ones, or a lot of ones actually.
Right.
They come out, they go for around retail, maybe a little bit over, maybe just over, or right around there. And then later, all of a sudden, it's like this shoe that was retail for $160, and you could have bought anywhere from $150 to $170 for the last several months, is all of a sudden $340, $350, whatever. Like, you don't know when it's going to happen, but you know that it will.
Right.
And it's like, how long do you want to wait? Because then, as you said before, you're kind of hitting yourself in the pocket just to get that payoff later.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess if you start into it, like if you start now and you buy like a thing every month, eventually, if you keep up with it, you'll get to the point to where you're constantly selling something,
Right.
So like a year from now, you'll be like, okay, I've got this year's worth of pickups from all these different entities, and then you'll have these little payoffs coming in, but you got to think it out.
I know whoever had those X-Men Rogue from the Warlock Way. I know whoever had them. They're sitting pretty right now, because that's over $100 figure right now.
Man, I need to see because I feel like I have the whole 2002 and the Marvel Classics. I mean, Motu Classics, Master of the Universe, big lines, both of those. And they're doing nothing for me, because they're all in a storage unit right now. You know what I mean?
Don't even have them on display.
Yeah, it's like,
they're just
I don't even know if I have a single one. I think I have a Stratos in my other room over there. So it's like, it's one of those things where at the time I wanted them, and that's back when Matty Collectors was doing their subscription services.
Right.
And I said, oh, well, I'll just do that. So then I don't have to worry about their website. But I think I had like there were a lot that I bought two of because I was like, you know what, maybe I'll keep one open and I'll keep one closed, and so I got to I got to do a deep dive through a bunch of boxes one day.
This is going to be shooting up soon too because they're releasing a regular version now. So, and they changed the head on this.
Oh yeah.
What
yeah,
was
they
it?
changed the head.
No, pull it up again. I was looking at the other window.
Oh, yeah. They're gonna
Oh yeah.
And that head on there, they changed it. He got dreadlocks on the new figure that's coming out.
Oh, I need to get that one.
And everybody's mad because they wanted this head sculpt on that figure. So is it? And then a lot of people did customs on it. So these pretty much are getting dried up now. So that's another thing.
That's one. Yeah, because that's something where you got to kind of think a little bit ahead too. And was another thing. There was an Edge figure that came out, like the Edge Heads version, where it had the Kurt Hawkins head and the Zack Ryder head.
Yeah.
So a lot of people bought multiples of those so they can display all three components.
Nice.
So that's probably, I don't know how it's selling, but it is. And on the kind of off the topic, but on the topic at the same time, the Bret Hart Goldberg 2-pack is now shipping.
Oh.
What are you guys' thoughts on that? Because that's a weird combo to me. I get why it exists, but
it's still disrespectful.
Yes, for what it is. And I don't know if you guys saw my last video, but I made some references to that. But yeah, man, yeah, disrespectful is like the best way to put that.
I mean, if we're talking about disrespectful, I gotta say Chick Foley and the one that I sent in the chat the other day.
Oh, the leg?
The leg. No, man, I saw that and I just started losing it. And then I had to look up the clip. I had to start sending it to everybody. And my brother, he's not even a wrestling fan, but I have to like go over and like, dude, you got to check this out. And I want one with Rick Steiner. Scott Steiner and his little math problems they did back in TNA.
So who was it? I think it's figtees.com, or maybe it's figtees on Twitter, something like that. Figtees, if you look it up. But they will make shirts for you know, like those little cloth shirts for like wrestling figures. Yeah, they'll make those. So if you get with them, because I mean, it's not just for wrestling. I don't think anyway. I think you probably just say what size you need, like based on what type of action figure it is.
Yeah.
But anyways, you could probably get on there, send them the model, or send them like the picture, and like, I just want this on a black shirt.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's one that they've made. Because I think Chick Foley had like their own personal shirts made for some of their own wrestling figures.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that'd be kind of cool though, because like, if you thought maybe like this guy kind of looks like you or whatever, you can kind of get in there. And because I remember there was like a picture. Remember that tugboat autograph I got like a long time ago?
Yeah.
And like right there in the face, like he had a look that looked just like you, and I was like, man, like if you like get these types of clothes and this hat, like I don't know where you're finding this stuff, but the tugboat for Christmas, not Christmas.
No, you're sitting there talking about, you know, the custom stuff, and now what I'm thinking is like, so you remember the photo I sent you the other day about, you know, Explosion and Ice Pick?
Yeah.
So now I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, what if I do like a custom action figure for Explosion and Ice Pick? And like, I'm thinking like tugboat, like I just get a tugboat action figure for myself. And then I just get them a Hawaiian shirt. That's all I need.
Yeah, really. Yeah. If you're able to find like, maybe if you're able to find like, was it Captain Lou Albano? Didn't he have Hawaiian shirts? Am I thinking of the right guy?
I'm not sure.
What's good, Alias?
I remember there was somebody, I think it was Captain Lou. Either way, some wrestler, some manager, something. He used to be like that, you know, having those having those Hawaiian shirt vibes going on all the time.
Lou Albano. Yeah.
Did I not see that pop up? Okay. The chat thing was a little behind. What's going on, man? Just sitting back talking a little bit about some action figures and stuff. Talking about people reselling things, you know, for a mix of the right and wrong reasons.
I'm looking at Lou Albano, and yeah, that would have been me back in like whatever era that was. If I was a manager.
I think Captain Lou he might also been in that Hulk Hogan cartoon, the Rock and Wrestling, I think it's what it was called. But yeah, it would be cool to get an actual custom figure done if you find like the right mold to base it off of.
Right.
Yeah.
And then just, you know, obviously it's going to be a little bit of a mix, you know what I mean? Because you got to find the right body, and you might need to find a different head.
Yeah.
And then if you can find the right accessories, you know, that it'd be an interesting little endeavor, though. That's for sure.
I think this is my next thing.
Yeah, I think we're all thinking about it. It's like, what figure do I look like? Like maybe we got like the right Xavier Woods or something. I can pull this off.
We got a new.
I'm about to say the right Kofi figure.
We got a new competition. We got 1 year to get the best figure of ourselves.
Man, because that would be something. Because every now and then I see people and I'm like, man, this figure looks kind of cool, you know?
Yeah.
I'd like to have that done up in my style. But okay. One of the other thing we're gonna talk about, as far as, let's see, because I think we covered both sides of like the other topics and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the reselling and like store exclusives, and so every month, and I know this month we went with SH Figure Arts because I like suggested it and nobody said no. So I was like, all right, well, that's fine. Next week or next time we can do either like a line, like maybe it's just like Ninja Turtles, or maybe it's like Playmates specifically, or whatever the case might be. It's like Jax, you know?
Yeah.
But so I happen to have a couple SH Figure Arts figures here so for me, real quick though, that's one of the best figure lines, in my opinion, just for like articulation and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And the figures actually look really good too.
Right.
So I don't know if you guys happen to have any, but I'll just show these 3 that I have real quick. And where's this big screen thing? So we're gonna kick things off with the is it 2014 Comic-Con exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So
that is nice.
Pick this up whenever that was for $50, maybe. That sounds right, because all their figures tend to be right around that spot, right around that $50 price range.
Right.
And then I've never opened this one, not because I didn't want to. It was just a matter of space.
Yeah.
So I was like, where am I going to put this? But looking at it, it's got a lot of the accessories in there and stuff, because these things always come with so much. So it's got like the thunderbolts for like when he's punching. It's got the tail in there. It's got the power reader, the different hands down here in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So all in all, like, you get a pretty good amount for your money. Now, the 2 that I do have on hand, like right here, I mean, I got my Power Rangers over there also, but I don't feel like dealing with them because then I got to set them up again. But these 2 right here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
so
wait.
The Michael Jackson.
Will it do that Michael Jackson lean, like by itself?
So it does the lean, but not by itself, like, because it comes with this, right?
Uh-huh.
So you just put this.
That is.
So I'll go ahead and open it up, let you see what I'm talking about. So right there, you have like the leaned feet. So it'll be like that, and then you can just kind of pose them in the right way. So if you look at the back of the box, that's kind of how they have it there.
Oh, that is very creative.
Yeah, like they went all out on this Michael Jackson here. So, we got like the different torso and all that stuff. Obviously like a handful of hands, and then they only went with the two faces, but they're good enough for what this is. Let's see if I can open
I feel like they gave you too much on that. Like all you need is the lean pose. It's just too good.
Like I mean, I don't mind having a lot, because I mean it's like they've got all the articulation in here as far as in the hands. You can tilt those however you want. Got the feet go all the way around, and they even have like if you want to get them into like the moonwalker phase, if you wanted to have the the feet back there, or just any stance that he might be doing. And there's a little mid torso area where like it comes apart, so you can swap on that other one. Overall, this is a really well done figure, and I completely forgot because when I bought it, I set it up with Soundwave and Freddie Mercury in my music room, and then they just hung out there. You know what I mean? Once you set it up.
That's a good combination.
Right. And then with Freddie Mercury here, so all the same things. You can stand him around however you need to. And he comes with, you got him with the 3 heads, depending on which face you want him to be making. You got the microphone staff thing. He's also got the standard microphone. And this microphone up here does adjust. And then, of course, you got like the extra hands down there at the bottom. And all the normal articulation and the feet and all that stuff. So overall, though, man, like this is definitely one of my favorite lines. I was going to pull out my Undertaker figure, but it's in storage, and I just didn't feel like making the time to go get it. But yeah, these are definitely like a good line. And Jezzy, I know you have some stuff of theirs too, right?
Yeah, I got. I only had the Dragon Ball Z line. That was it.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm gonna just say this. I love the SH one right here, Goku raised on Earth. This is the only one I have right now, but I should be having a Great Saiyaman coming in soon. But same as you, like the articulation is like, I'll open it right now. Cutter. The world famous Cutter. But like the articulation is great on them. Only thing about it is I've always been hearing horror stories for SH Figure Arts, how brittle they get over time.
How what they get? Like
brittle, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like certain figures just get like what is this, like 3 years old? So some 2014 figures are now breaking apart as well. You can see right there. But the articulation looks great on it, I think.
You say that, and this is a 2014, so now I don't know if I want to take it out of the box.
But yeah, it's like SH Figure Art always has to come out with a new version of it just because of that. Because like you said, you had some of the Power Ranger ones. I know the Black Ranger was one of the figures that was breaking all the time, and I think the White Ranger as well.
I have black, red, green, and white, and I think there's something special about that Black Ranger because I got that one from Comic-Con one year. I don't remember what's different though.
That's the one with the shield.
Can't even see. Hold on a second.
All right. But yeah, as you can see, it came with. Oh. Well, anyway.
Oh yeah, I see him coming all right.
Oh yeah. Anyway, had the multiple faces on there and the multiple hands.
Yeah.
Oh, that was classic. That's gonna be funny on the playback.
Right. We gotta make sure he knows about it.
So I just came back. Apparently, I missed something.
Yeah. At the 1 hour and 8 minute mark, just watch it again.
108. Okay, I'll have to go back for that then.
Yeah, you'll know what it's going to hit you right in the face.
Yeah, definitely. But like I said, the articulation is great on there. You can see Happy Face Goku. It had mean, grunting, and whatever else is on the ground down here. Now I will say the waist swivel doesn't feel as good as it doesn't move as fluent as the one you just showed for that Michael Jackson figure. But like I said, the range is great on there.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'll probably be getting some more. I have the Great Saiyaman coming in. I might go back for that Majin Vegeta that just released. I think I just did a vlog on Barnes and Noble. Yeah, on Barnes. Oh yeah.
That's nice.
That was the hottest one, that Black Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's only like one episode where he uses the shield.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like it just looks so good on him. Like out of him, the Green Ranger and the Red Ranger, that shield just I don't know, black and gold just looks really good together.
But they did they re-released that White and Red Ranger because it had Tommy and Jason's actual face come with that pack.
Oh, mine are only the helmets. I also have a Piccolo somewhere.
Yeah.
And right, I think that's it. And then, like I said, I have my Undertaker. I need to get the cane also, because
And well, I was about to say, we was talking about SH Figure Art, which is still that's still a Bandai company. But I was talking about with the Real Grade Gundam. I mean, it's the same. When you strip it down from the Real Grade, you see that exoskeleton is pretty much the same as the SH Figure Art. You can see that skeleton right there. Hold on, right there. There we go.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing, trying to point to something.
Yeah,
dude, like those Real Grade.
That's pretty much the same frame they're using for the SH Figure Arts, because I think it 21 piece articulation on there, something like that.
21, 22, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only SH Figure Arts I have, I just recently got that one, probably this past month. And I forgot to mention that one because, I mean, it was just the smaller one I got, one of the smaller pickups. But I noticed that they had the My Hero Academia figures.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, so I really like the design of those characters. I just hadn't really taken the time to start, getting into them, other than like the few statues I got. But I ended up going to GameStop and I found like the All Might figure that usually where I go to look for figures, it was running for like $22. I went at the GameStop, we got it for like $6, and I was like, I can't beat that. I got to pick that one up now. So that's my first SH Figure Arts.
Okay, beat that.
It's definitely one of those brands that I feel like not to the extent of Funko, but like if you start paying attention to them, you'll probably see a lot of stuff. I mean, some of it might be old or whatever, but you're going to see a lot of stuff that you really like. They got some good detailing on this dude's shoes here. I never really noticed that, but
yeah, I noticed that when you had it up there a minute ago.
I mean, he's not really picking up so much, but that's probably, I don't know. But yeah, they went all out on these things. But yeah, they've got a lot of his quality properties, or whatever you want to call it, out there. So whatever you're into, because like I said, like with the wrestling ones, because I think they have Triple H also, and he wasn't like a very popular name, so I'm not sure why they made him, but they also made a figure of The Rock. I don't know if you guys remember him. He was a wrestler for a little while.
Yeah, there's the Undertaker one too.
Yeah, I have the Undertaker one.
It sounds like you did the Rock one as well. What's your birthday again? I got a gift for you.
Wait, is this? Oh, okay. Let's looking at this thing.
I think the only thing is with SH Figure, I think the price is just one of those factors for a lot of people. Like
it is, but like for me, again, like when you look at it, yes. If I just showed you this and was like, I paid $50 for this, you might think it's a lot. But once you start looking into it, as far as action figures go and the presentation of it and articulation and they come in nice packaging, there are a lot of factors about them to me that make it seem worth it.
Right.
Which is why I have like the handful that I do.
Right.
But
I mean, like I said, you get this figure for $60, but then you have the $20 one like this one, and pretty much almost the same articulation, probably not as sculpted, as detailed as this one is, but I mean, if you're just looking for something to sit on your shelf, that's basically what this is for.
Yeah, and that's one argument in that case. It's like, because yes, this has a lot of articulation, but am I rearranging him every day? No,
right.
I'm not. I set him on a shelf one time in like 2016, and he was not touched again until 2018 when I was packing.
But I do know if this one falls off my shelf, I know it's pretty much over.
It was about over 5 seconds ago.
Well, that was the individual pieces. If I drop this whole figure, that's a whole different story then.
Yeah.
But give some thoughts to like what you guys want to do for the next month one, for the figure spotlight and all that good stuff. I'll let one of you guys make that decision. We'll go with it.
As a whole.
What's that?
I said I think Bandai as a whole.
Yeah.
like all the divisions that they got.
Yeah.
Because
they got a lot.
Because I know with this it came to mind because in our last version of this, or last episode of this, whatever, for some reason SH came up. I don't remember why, but I know that it did. And then I was like, you know what? It'd be cool to kind of just put a little spotlight on something once in a while,
Right.
Yeah, it could. Now I'm trying to think of like what a good one would be.
There's a lot of little brands and stuff, there's like Loyal Subjects has some really cool stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I just feel bad for McFarlane. McFarlane just
yeah, I did see a pretty cool Sub-Zero figure the other day.
Did you see the Batman Who Laughs? They just released it like last week.
I got another friend that I was in the military with. He just did a review on it though. I've not looked at it though or watched this stuff.
And they just released a new Nightwing, and that was I think that was a part of that line too.
It's like McFarlane stuff.
Yeah.
Huh. I have to look into. I know he was doing a re-release of like the original Spawn figure. I think that was like a Kickstarter thing though, but
okay,
it's the last thing I had actually heard.
Yeah,
I do remember that Spawn stuff going around.
And
I don't remember what came of it though.
The new GI stuff as well.
Yeah. Which those look pretty good, I think, compared to like, especially if you look back at what they were back in the day.
Right.
I look back at those and like, I remember like the articulation for those was all just a rubber band. Yeah, man. Like those are like some of my favorite figures because I was like, they can move way more than any of my other figures.
Once that rubber band pop is over.
You're right.
Reminds me of certain G.I. Joe figures that I saw when I was younger.
Oh man. But I think I just seen like the little 5-inch figures at Walmart today.
Oh, the G.I. Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I got so I work in IT, and one of my customers in our building, you go in his office, and it is one of the most beautiful offices I've ever seen. He's got a ton of Star Wars figures, Turtles, G.I. Joe. He's got the Millennium Falcon in there, AT-ATs, like Transformers, everything. I'm just like, dude, I love when this guy has a problem. I get to go in here and check out everything he's got going on.
Like, man, you got this?
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. Like, and it's stuff like that is what got me into collecting in the first place. Like, 'cause at when I was living in South Carolina, my neighbor, we had got there around the same time or whatever, and he would go over there once in a while, and he had like all the original line of He-Man figures, just like up on his wall, which didn't take you didn't need a lot of space because those boxes were like this,
Yeah.
But the fact that he had them, and I was able to walk in there, because I didn't even know it was going to be a thing. He's like, yeah, just you step in for a second. I was like, all right, sure, whatever. And I'm like, what is going on here? And that was one of the coolest things to me, was seeing all those things. And I was like, where'd you get these? Blah, blah, blah. Because I didn't know anything about collecting. And then he started getting into the whole thing of like, well, this one is the actual original, because when you look at the back, it only has like the 6 figures. Later they had 8, so this is like a 6 back, and this is an 8 back, so this one goes for this much. And then they have this one, and blah blah blah, and like got of course the battle damage one, and then this one, and I was just completely impressed by that.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what stopped me, but I was going to jump in to collecting right then on the spot, pretty much, and start with like the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Because he said something like, yeah, well, if you do those, like that'll be significantly cheaper because of blah blah blah. I don't remember what the reasons were, but he's like, yeah, those would be a lot cheaper if you than some of these things.
Yeah.
So if you start somewhere, that's not a bad place,
Right?
But I didn't, which is in some ways a good thing.
So what was the first thing that you started collecting figure wise?
That would be the Masters of the Universe 2002 series, which give me a second. I have one of those over here.
Yeah, I had to be which part, at which point, because I had started and then I had to stop and then I started again.
So when you started and stopped, obviously that itch was already there. So yeah. I guess we can say that point there's something there that made you start in the first place.
Well, I had to my situation was a little different because I lost when I started, I lost those figures. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this line. So if you remember the boxes, right?
Yeah.
The 4 horsemen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This line was what did me in.
Yeah. Now, did you start collecting those in 2002, or did you end up going back and buying them?
Let's see. It might have been. It was 2003. Because I think I don't remember if these came out because like when you look at the line, it's like 2000 or 200X.
Yeah.
Like so I don't remember if they started in 2002 or not, but I started in 2003 and they were still pretty new.
Right.
Because I got, he might have been in the first, well, yeah, he was probably in the first wave then, because if you look at the back, I mean, you got He-Man and Skeletor down at the bottom, and then, of course, variations, because that's always a thing. And then Beastman, Stratos, Man-at-Arms, and Merman. So that's pretty much a core lineup. So this would have been one of the first ones that I got. But I probably bought like He-Man and some other good guy or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where it's like, okay, well, if I get these other 2, then I'll have all the good guys. So why not?
Yeah.
And then I saw that, okay, well, there's only 4 bad guys, so I guess I can just complete this whole set. Right. And then that mindset, because like you start buying them and then you see all the other ones coming out. Next thing you know, I'm looking on eBay, I'm buying like Snake Armor He-Man from some dude in the Philippines because it only came out over there. So
it just came out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Just got it.
So that was the one that got me. And then that line ended. I also have the DVDs over there. Where's that? So, yeah, apparently there's 3 of them. I guess I never got around to watching past a certain point because this one.
Guess you didn't like it that much.
But It was a good series though. I mean, they had like the snake armor thing going, or snake mountain thing going on. But this one was obviously volume one. Let's see here. So volume one got the nice little slip cover, right?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So back. So yeah, pretty cool little presentation. And this was, I don't remember what the situation was or where that disc is, but there was a known issue, and that's kind of nice. Like they got like the fold out thing, kind of give you some, that's how DVD boxes are, I guess, Then that guy would go on to become the New Day. But yeah, it was
so you got a 4-1 action figure.
But there was something that happened with one of the discs in this set in the first volume one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it was, but it was a known issue, and somebody, Mattel maybe, I don't know, somebody put out a statement, and they were like, "Hey, disc 3 of volume 1 is bad. Contact this address, and we'll send you a free disc. No problem. Just send us like some kind of proof of purchase." I don't remember how that worked. They might have given everybody a free disc that asked for one. But
the same thing happened with those that Dragon Ball Z box set. Same thing. He had a problem with one of the discs.
But I mean, hey, if it works in the end, it works. You know what I mean? So whatever happened, they owned up to it, made it right. And I mean, you can complain that like, oh, why wasn't it right in the first place? Like sometimes things just aren't right sometimes.
Yeah.
Like they fixed it though. Let it go, man. And now I might have to watch. What is this? Oh, I guess these came with collector cards too. Oh. Man, they put a lot of stuff into that box. I think I have. For some reason, that name sounds familiar, like Emiliano, whatever. I think maybe I have something signed by him or some art from him or something. I don't know. My He-Man archives are stored away, so I'll have to look into that at some other point. But I do actually want to watch this now. So. Because it was one of those things where it's like Wolverine and the X-Men, like a cartoon that just popped up out of nowhere. It happened to be really good, and they had a season that was building up to like a whole bunch of stuff. And then they're like, oh, nah, somebody said we can't make any more.
Which is always the worst.
Right.
Yeah.
Those cliffhanger seasons.
Yeah. Right. Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, which one?
MTV one?
No. The one back with it came out at the same time as X-Men and all that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it was like Fox or something that did it.
Oh, okay. Because the first one that I think of when you talk about like getting shut down because it was very short-lived was the MTV Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that one too.
New Adventures? What was that? I forget what the name of that Spider-Man series was called.
But that one had like a really interesting art style, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Spider-Man, the new animated series. That's what it was.
You remember the show Reboot?
Yeah, I do.
I think that's who made it.
Oh, okay.
Mainframe Productions or something. Whoever made Beast Wars and Reboot, that's who made that.
But yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's very weird. I'm gonna have to find like some clips and check that out later. Do a little walk down memory lane.
Careful, might go to your bank account.
Yeah, well,
that's what happens to me.
Okay, so in this particular case, somewhere I do own those already. So I just don't know where those discs are, and I'm not buying them again.
Yeah, I'm real bad for that. Like going down memory lane, and next thing I know, here's an Amazon package at my front door.
Yeah, Amazon.
I really need to buy, all 6 seasons of whatever show this was.
No, you don't. And I say that because as I was looking for a movie the other day, The Devil's Rejects, and I opened this other box that had a whole bunch of DVDs in it that I had completely Blu-rays that I forgot about, and I'm pulling it out, and it was like a lot of it was like TV shows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Like I have apparently possibly the whole series of Mad Men. I have never seen a single episode of that show. None of those packages are opened, but I've got like 1 through something, and then like there's like season 8, part 1. I'm like, did I stop right there? Like made it this far and stopped? But now it's like I want to watch it because I had bought them at some point. But I don't know. I might have them though, because like I think that's an HBO show.
Yeah. No,
and I have HBO.
I think that was FX.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah.
I know I've got some seasons of like The Walking Dead and Rescue Me, but I don't have like the whole thing. It's like you'll like if you start at the beginning of what I got, it's like season 3 or 4 of Walking Dead. And this happened because when we were living in England, they were so far into Walking Dead, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll catch up. No, was it? I forget what it was. But anyways, it's out of sequence what I got, and it's just because I didn't have access to what had already come out or something like that. Right. So like the stuff would go up so far, and then it just stops. And like, well, why don't we got the rest? I'm like, oh, because I've seen the rest. Well, why? You know.
And so, it's like, at least it's, you know, maybe it's, you know, because you just didn't get them. But I have Prison Break season 1 and season 3.
But not like, season 2.
But season 2 wasn't made on Blu-ray.
That's odd.
Yeah, because like it was weird. It's like, had I known, I probably would have maybe not bought into that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good show, but I don't know why they skipped a whole season.
Yeah.
On Blu-ray when it was like, this was when Blu-ray was a new big thing, you know?
Yeah.
But whatever. I'm not gonna get deep into that. The only set over there that really matters, and it is complete, is that Married with Children box. So
I remember watching so much of that when I was younger.
Yeah, that show would be so canceled now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like that pilot would not make it past the preview reading the script. It's like, wait.
What was the pilot?
I have no idea, but I'm just saying what I know that show.
Just hand it back to him like, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh well. All right, let's see. We're about an hour and a half here. We might as well go ahead and start getting things wrapped up so we can all move on about our day. I might be back on here for a little while or something like around this payback. Man,
oh, that is awesome.
That is. I mean, hold on. There's the big screen there. So I can get a good look.
So,
man,
they can't say these scopes wasn't that good back in the day.
Yeah,
that's really good.
And those, I think those boots were for sale recently.
Yeah, they were 2003.
Because I saw like there was a raffle for his boots not too long ago.
For Eddie's boots?
Yeah, because Ringside Collectible, Pro Wrestling Tees, sometimes they'll work with different people. And his wife had some stuff of his. And it was one of those things where like you just buy a ticket for $1, and however many tickets you buy is however many chances you have to win.
Oh, that was nice. That's dope.
And so they had the boots from the last match that he wrestled in.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's like,
so Mr. Kennedy.
So it's not even like, you know, just, oh yeah, he wore these at like SummerSlam 2004 or something.
Right.
No, those were like a meaningful pair for sure.
Right.
But yeah, it would have been a cool thing to have. And I think they're doing something right now like that, but with Rowdy Piper. I just don't know what they're selling off of his, or auctioning off, raffling off, whatever.
Jacket.
One of those.
Yeah, But anyways, yeah, I might, depending on if McFly does or not. Like, I might jump on later tonight during Payback, just so I'm not completely bored watching it. So,
Do they even have a complete list now?
they have the matchup list, the card. Let's see what that's looking like here.
It's going to end with Roman and something with him being a heel.
Because, and that's the thing, I'm wondering is he like full on super bad guy heel, or is he like disgruntled employee heel?
Like, I want to see full on bad guy Roman. Like, I've been wanting to see that for a while.
You said you wanted me to be you said you wanted me to take a heel turn too. So,
so there's a thing that popped up on Twitter the other day. Not to hold y'all up, but it was what was the best heel turn you've ever seen? And all I could think of was you posting a Sid Vicious video or something. Then my comment was like, probably Sid Vicious's heel when he jumped off the turnbuckle.
That was definitely the heel turn, pun intended. But man, that's good though.
Yeah.
So tonight, Bailey and Sasha versus Baszler and Jax.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Apollo Crews versus Bobby Lashley for the 5,000th time. The Fiend versus Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. Keith Lee versus Randy Orton. That has potential to be pretty all right.
Yeah, right.
Dominic and Mysterio versus Rollins and Murphy. That could have its moments. Riddle and King Corbin. I could see this being good. I mean, depending on how they play it out, because Corbin's had some good matches that went under the radar.
Right.
Big E versus Sheamus. I feel like they want that to mean something, but it's a filler match. And then the Riot Squad versus the Iconics. That one I'm kind of torn on, but I'm going to side with the Iconics.
Filler.
Oh, definitely filler. That's why I have that D in front of it, or P or whatever, meaning it's pre-show.
Oh, yeah. So it's not even filler at that point.
Yeah, it's like...
It's just for those people that really, really love wrestling.
Right. It's
like you're here, we might as well use you.
Yeah.
Like, I turn on the pre-show often while I'm making dinner.
Yeah.
And just so I have something to hear and look at from time to time. All right. But anyway, so we did it, guys. We made it through another episode. And then we'll be back here in about a month doing this all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Doing this and at some point in September, like, for wrestling related reasons. But go ahead if you guys want to tell some people about yourselves, or got any last things on your mind that you would like to say.
R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. That's one thing for sure. And appreciate you having me on as always. Can't wait to do this again. Also to you, Derek, I'll be on the lookout for what else you say you were looking for?
Right now, I really wasn't looking for much of anything, but I mean, if you could just find a decent little packet, just a better box for Pirate Deadpool
and Brandy.
Yeah, and Brandy, good luck finding that one. I'll give you my arm and leg if you get that one.
But yeah, I definitely.
Well, I know where you can get the leg.
Right.
But yeah, I'd definitely be on the lookout for that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, again, thank you for having me on. But you can find me at Jezzy Christ, aka Thriller, on YouTube, and Jezzy Christ 1 on Instagram, and also do shoes, clothes, figures. We'll have a video probably up today. So hopefully everybody enjoys the rest of their day. And again, like I said, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem.
And I appreciate you having, Derek Explosion Hebner on. You can find me usually here. I just like to chill pretty much at this point. But I guess something to leave people with, which was kind of mind-blowing last night. I was having a conversation with somebody. Do either of y'all know any reason why hunters wear blaze orange and still wear camouflage?
No.
Did you ever thought it was ridiculous
hunters wearing orange and camouflage?
Yeah.
I thought it was for a safety reason.
But okay. Like the camouflage.
Exactly. And this is where I'm going with this, because somebody last night, I posted something, said a meme to somebody about this girl wearing a mask, and she said, I just got kicked out for not wearing a mask in 2020, and the mask was camouflage. Obviously a camouflage joke. But the person I said it to laughed, and they're like, yeah, it's almost as ridiculous as hunters wearing blaze orange with their camouflage. So for people that don't know, the blaze orange is definitely for hunter safety, but at the same time, deer are colorblind when it comes to blaze orange. So it just turns into like a shade of gray or just like a dark brown. So it actually blends in with the camouflage that they're wearing.
Ah, okay.
So I just want to leave people with that little bit of knowledge.
Man, that is interesting, though, because it's one of those things I never would have thought about. Well, maybe never would have thought about.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to find somebody. I'm going to call my mom and tell her.
Yeah.
I'm going to share that with somebody.
To prevent me from getting shot.
Yeah. So yeah, the orange is definitely for the hunter safety, but the reason why specifically they use that high vis color as opposed to like yellow or something else is because deer can't see it. Right. So it allows you to be safe and still, get that big 12-pointer.
All right. Appreciate you with your hunting tips there.
Yeah, no problem. I'll have fishing tips for you next time.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that, and this is kind of like a contract, basically, because you've said it on the air now.
Gotcha.
So, all right, but thank you guys both for coming through. To anybody out there, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are, and we will see you again at some point. Later, people.
See it.
All right.